Hello, I'm Erin Halvorsen, Rag Rugs by Erin. This is part 2 of the Confetti Reversible rag rug that many of my viewers sent in pieces of sheet yarn to help with this rug, and so we're going to do the second half of that video right now, and we're going to be adding the little pieces of confetti or the tags right now. So let me go into a little bit of detail there. So if you'd come in a little closer, Lyle. So I went ahead and crocheted just a little bit farther along actually than the way we were, but I want to show you a couple things on this material. I kind of used scrappy material. This was part of the hem, and it had this pretty little stitching on it, and I went ahead and used it, so you can see that there. So there's all kinds of things that you could use. This is another piece of hem that was like 3 different layers at the top of a sheet, and you can see that it's not real awesome looking. You can even see where I pulled out the thread that was there, and so I'm just using odds and ends here of things, which was really cool. And Carrie, who is a person that I'm associated with a little bit, friendly with, who makes gorgeous rag rugs, she made a rug that she did only the hems and things like that, and I thought, wow, that is a great idea. So she's been saving hems. So if you save hems, that might be, that's the, the stitching that you cut off your sheet yarn, that might be a great thing to just use your tags in that or something. So there's all kinds of things that you could be doing. But see, I wanted to show you some different things, and someone might recognize this. They sent a whole bunch of these in, and I cut them in half to make them thinner when I was asking from my viewers. And I think I know who it is, but I don't want to misspeak, so I'm not going to say that. And then here, look, here's another hem. This is just an old beige thing that had like 3 different things. I think it was with this and in a maroon color, too. And you can see that I'm using that, too. Okay, and they're different lengths. You see, I did mine different lengths. You can make them all the same length, and some of you are matchy-matchy, and you're going to have, oh, well, I want this color scheme going on, and that's great. I didn't do it that way. I did it because I wanted to use up what I had and give it the real confetti look. You do it any way you want. You just want blues and yellows and greens, then do it that way. But this is how I did it, and there's endless possibilities to that. So let's go ahead and show you how I attach them. Here's the end, and this is how I did it I didn't do a whole bunch of it at one time. I did it as I went along, figuring what color I wanted to add. Sometimes I said, no, I don't want another green one there. I'm going to use a different color. So this will kind of show you how I did it. I'm just doing these small tags. These were the smaller ones than the longer ones. So I just lined them up together, one into the other, and then I just crossed it over like that and made a little knot, put it through there, and try to make them fairly close to the same length. So there, that's how I added them. So let's do it again. This person, who I'm friends with on Facebook, that sent a bunch of these, she really sent a nice big envelope. So here you have it matched up again, and I just cross it over with my fingers like that, kind of like the way you tie off a balloon, the way I tie off a balloon, and then just kind of get it to the right length or so, and pull it and make a little tug. And so I do 3 or 4 of these at a time. Let me do one more. And then we're going to show you how to end this rug. Okay. Spin it around your fingers, push it through. That was a little longer, so I wanted to tighten up. So there you go. You have them all added. Then you got these tails, and as you come to the tail, you just work it in like I showed you and the rest of it. I went ahead and got around this corner. This did require more stitches going around the corner than the basic oval that in my video, so you need to add extra stitches. There was 2 here, 2 here, and 2 over here. So it took a total of 6 to get around that corner. So we're going to put this aside. I'm going to show you how to finish it. It's the same as the 2-ply, the way I did that, but I want to talk about a little bit different thing that I did that you might want to incorporate in the way you do it as well. So we can put our hook out of the way. I'll keep my get my tapestry near. This is the one that's the longer one, and I went ahead and kept this one out unfinished so I could show you. But let's talk about this real quick. Is one thing I want Lyle to get a better look of this, kind of come over the top of it, and I was noticing the previous video, so people could see it a little better and just kind of look around on it. And then I'm going to flip it one more time and let you see the other side, because at the angle it isn't quite as clear, and I wanted you to be able to see how this rug looked. Okay.
Ruffle it.
ruffle it like that, you mean?
Yeah.
Or do, okay, so
Yeah.
you see how it looks? It's just fun. Now, let's flip it over. Look how pretty this is. Isn't this just so pretty? You know, just adding different colors here and there. And I just really think this is a pretty rug. Okay, so what I did is I decided, let me go back and pull this out. See how this is one of the tags, and it kind of, sometimes you're going to get some that just stick crazy out at the end, and I didn't like that. So what I decided to do is I decided to do 1 or 2 go-rounds on the outside with no tags. So I did add the different colors, just like I had added in the rest of the rug, but I didn't add the tags at the last round or 2. It depends on how you... So they're ending on the inside of the rug. See, there's nothing on the very, very end sticking out. That's as close as you get to the end. I thought that looked better. If you don't put a single crochet all the way around without the tags, that would be fine, but I just thought that kind of left them sticking out too much, and I didn't really care for that look. So you might want to consider that when you're finishing off. Okay, so let me just go ahead and finish this for you, and you can do it any way you want. Some of you will have better ideas of the way you wanted to finish it, and by all means do it that way. Okay, so you got your 2 pieces. This was the color that I was using. Apparently I had a lot of this off-white or yellow or ecru or whatever you want to call it. So I took the piece that was the colored one that I was adding in between, and I did my slit in it just like I normally do when I'm adding sheet yarn, and there's other videos that show you how to make sheet yarn and how to add them. You're going to take the longer end that you're going to finish with. You could do it either way, and I fed it through that little slit. Okay? So this is exactly the way I finished the 2-ply as well. And actually I used a 21 on this, but there's not enough difference, so I'll just go ahead and finish it with the 22 because I don't have the 21 out. Huh. I must have did this one the opposite way. Okay, so I pushed them all to the other side on this one. The last rug I did it just the other way. I pulled them all to the front. So we're going to finish it the way I started it. I pushed the tags through on this rug. This was my experimental prototype. I always have to do a second one. So you're going to continue on. And I usually like to finish on an arch. Okay? If I can. It's not always possible. And you can see now we're coming to the end of that color. Just a couple stitches is all it took. And then we're going to be into just one color. Okay? And so I'm going to do a stitch or 2, depending on maybe 3, as many as 3. How many you think? I think I'm going to do one more. You just have to guess it and see what you think. I'm not using this part because this is thinner yarn now because we only got 1 ply. Normally I pull it in like that to regulate my stitches. That's one of the things about having this thicker hook. So I pulled it out and made the loop bigger and slid the same end through it. Okay? And now I'm just going to incorporate this. Take my tapestry needle. This is a pretty long end. I think I'm going to snip it so you don't have to watch me pull it through as far. We'll snip it right here. Feed it through. I like to just slide it through, and I like to go a certain distance. You aren't going to go this way. You aren't going to feed back. You're going to go in the direction you were going, or you're going to have a bump or a ripple or a knot this will show more obvious if you go back to begin with. You're going to go in the same direction that you were crocheting with. It would be best if you end with you were using a main color or some, the last couple rows were a main color. It'd be better to end in that and use this part as your ending material because it's going to be easier to hide. If you were using the odds and ends and hiding those, I think it may be a little more difficult. You may find that to be not true. I have a way of thinking about things. It doesn't mean it's always right. It just is the way I do it. And I'm afraid I'm going to sneeze, people. I'm going to try not to. Excuse me. Okay, so you can see this is where I ended it, and we've just slid it through. Then what I do is I turn my material to come back. It's easier for me always to work because I'm right-handed. You're going to find another way, and you're going to go back the opposite direction. That makes it more secure. I don't usually ever sew or use anything to sew mine to keep them in place. I do it far enough. I will tell you, if you do the scrubby sheet yarn that I did feel like those did not stay well because of that scrubby material that was added into it, and I think you will need to use a little couple stitches in some of those, but I've never done it in anything besides that. I have over 80 videos. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I hope that you'll view me some more and follow along. You can follow me on Facebook. You can go to my website. My website is www.ragrugsbyerin.com. It's where I sell my hooks and my crochet bags and different things that I carry on my website to help you. So there you go. We're going to call that enough. Let me find my scissors. And this is a standard thing that I show on most of my videos. So what you do is you give this a little extra tug at the end. I like to feed that in. You're going to snip it off, give it a tug, and it's gone. So there you have it. This is the Confetti reversible rug. I hope you found it interesting, and I look forward to having you join me again. Thank you. Bye-bye.